We're here today with Keith Collins, who is currently the mayor of the village of New Vienna and is a candidate for Clinton County Commissioner. And Keith, give us a little bit of your historical background. Were you born and raised here in New Vienna?
I was born in New Vienna back in 1949, and some people look a little bit amazed when I tell them that because they say, well, there's no hospital in New Vienna. Well, I hate to say this, but I wasn't born in a hospital, but I was born in New Vienna. And I went to the New Vienna Elementary School, lived around here all my life, been a resident of Clinton County all my life, other than some time when I went to college and went to the military. And I graduated from East Clinton High School in 1967. And after graduation, I felt compelled to serve my country, so I signed up and volunteered for the military. And I did serve 2 terms in Vietnam, 1968, 1969, and finished up my last year of active duty out in Dugway, Utah. I had 3 more years of inactive duty. In 1973, I received an honorable discharge from the military. But upon getting out of the Army, I decided to go to work in the private sector, so I went to work at Candlelight Incorporated, and I met my wife there, Gloria Robinette from Greenfield, and we got married in 1972. Been married for 39 years. We have 3 children, and we have 10 grandchildren, and there's quite a few of those that still live in the area around here, so we get to see them from time to time. And I wanted to go ahead and get a college education. I wanted to be one of the first to graduate in the family from college. And so I went on the GI Bill and got my degree from Southern State Community College, and then had to quit college there for a while, go ahead and raise a family. So I started a business here in New Vienna, ran that successfully for quite some years. And then after I got my family raised, I went ahead and went back to school and got my degree in business administration from Thomas More College, and graduated there with honors with a summa cum laude. And then moving back to New Vienna after college, I looked and saw the disrepair of the village, and started attending some of the council meetings. Came into some of the council meetings, offered help, and just saw some confusion down here about what needed to be done and stuff. So 4 years ago, I decided to go ahead and run for council, and I did. And when I got into the village and ran for council, we found that the books hadn't been audited since 2004, and I came into office in 2008. That's not to say anything was missing or anything like that, but it took some expertise. It took some time to go ahead and have the books all audited. Probably one of the first speeches I remember giving to the council, and I always like to tell people about this. If you ever get on village government or county government, any position like that, if it's for your own self-serving needs, you probably don't need to be on council down there. So we had a lot of good council members. They worked really well with me, and we were able to go ahead and get the books audited. We took a lot of funds out of the red and put them back into black. We were able to do a lot of projects here in the village. We have the books all balanced right now. We're able to do that without increasing any water sewer rates. And we just did that by streamlining the process and just watching what we spent. And I'm proud to say today that all of our funds are in the black, and we're doing a lot of work here in the village, but part of that is because we've been able to attain a lot of grant money. In the last 2 years, we've got over $2 million here in the village of New Vienna for grant money. We've been able to do some work at the water plant, on the water tower. We've done several streets, and we're able to do that. We put a group of volunteers together, went downtown, and we actually cleaned and scrubbed the buildings and did some painting, and some of the council members and village residents jumped in and we did that as well. And we did that without any taxpayers' money. That was all on a volunteer basis. And so we've been working to clean that up. And some people that probably don't know me, but actually I'm the Director of Public Utilities for the City of Mason. So I've gained a lot of experience down there, so I work with budgets. I've been able to streamline the budget, streamline the process down there, and since 2006 I started streamlining the budget, and I've been able to reduce the budget for the city, which is about a $6 million budget I receive for the utility department, counting all the projects. And since 2006 up to 2010, we were able to every year we trimmed 3 to 5% of the budget. Then in 2011, I was asked to trim the budget by another 15%. And it was really difficult to swallow, but we did. And we did that without laying off any employees. Proud to say that we don't need to lay off any employees in this economic times. And so in over a 4 or 5 year period, we trimmed my budget department by about 25%. I oversee a lot of projects. I have certifications in water and wastewater treatment, and I teach classes in that. I've done that for ODCO. I've done it for Green Township, or not Green Township, but Green County Joint Vocational School. So I have a lot of experience in government. I have a lot of experience in budget control, doing the audits, overseeing projects, designing projects. And so when I looked at the county over there and I saw what needed to be done, it almost felt like I'd been trained all my life to maybe take this position over and once it become vacant, because I know we're in dire straits for jobs. We're trying to reduce budgets. We're trying to cut taxes. That's what I've been doing for the last 15 or 20 years and doing rather successfully.
Talk a little bit about the CEDS program, the Comprehensive Economic Development Strategy. Talk a little more about that.
Well, I went online and I looked at that, and actually I was involved in part of that because they were talking to all the communities about some grant projects and things we were trying to get. And on the grant project part, that kind of fell through, so we went out on our own as a village, and we were able to get about $350,000 to go ahead and rehab our lift stations. But as I read through there, I think it's a roadmap. I think it's a good roadmap. I think it's something we put together. What I'm not seeing here is actually somebody implementing that roadmap, and that's what I do. Is I oversee projects, I move things, keep them forward. It's not that you have to be hands-on and do things like that. We have competent people in the county to go ahead and do that. But I think there needs to be some leadership in there to move people in that right direction. I know there was a grant out there for a sanitary study at 68 and 71. I know Dave Stewart spearheaded that, and I've been looking to see where I could find that analysis. I haven't been able to get that yet. I'm sure it's available. But we need to look at those corridors out there. CEDS actually, the Comprehensive Economic Development Plan, which is CEDS. Of course, CEDS is a lot easier to say. It actually sets that roadmap out. It tells what kind of businesses we should be able to bring in the county, what kind we're really looking for, shows different locations. I don't think it's all just inside the city of Wilmington. We need to look at the county as a whole. We need to look at Sabina. We need to look at Blanchester. There's still some vacant places open here in the village of New Vienna as well, too, and some of the other communities. And so we need to look at it as a whole. I think it's a great roadmap. As a matter of fact, it identifies Blanchester, Sabina, Wilmington, New Vienna, and I think we just need somebody to help move that forward and get it going and follow that roadmap.
There are other candidates that are running or are interested in becoming a Clinton County Commissioner. Why would someone want to vote for you as opposed to maybe another candidate?
Well, that's why I wanted to get my story out there. I wanted to let them know I was a lifelong resident. I started to work on farms out here with farmers and worked in the dairy farms. I've baled hay. I've been down the ditches. I've made the repairs. I've been out doing sewer lines in the middle of the night. I've done this. I've done budgets. I've brought myself up. I'm a self-made person. I went back and got my education. And the reason I mentioned even the 3.96 grade point average I received summa cum laude is because I like to excel at everything I do. And so I do know budgeting. We've been able to bring New Vienna back from a brink of financial uncertainty to come under the state control, to bring all the budgets into black. And as I mentioned before, even with the city of Mason, I've been able to go ahead and control those budgets down there as well too. We're in the process of streamlining our department again. And when I talked to the economic developer, she looked at me and says, well, you have the most efficient department in the city. Why would you want to do that? I said, there's always room for improvement. And so there's still room for improvement here in New Vienna. There's room for improvement for the county. So as we look at our lives and look at that, I think there's always room for improvement there everywhere. I think I have a proven track record of bringing that change, and that's what I offer the county.
Keith Collins, why would you want someone, or why would you expect someone to vote for you for county commissioner of Clinton County as opposed to any of the other candidates?
Well, as I talk to people, I tell them I'm a self-made man. I've worked very hard. I've worked on farms. I've been down the ditches. I've made water repairs. I've been out in the middle of the night and I've done this. I've worked with small communities. I've worked with communities in Clinton County and outside of Clinton County as well too, and just share that knowledge I have. And so what I offer the county is to share the knowledge that I've gained over the years, my experience in working with budgets and trimming and trying to retain your workforce and streamline the processes and just to bring a better government to the county. And to have somebody go in there and take a look at that, see where we can make some changes, and there's always room for improvement, and make those changes in there. And so I just offer my services. And I appreciate the opportunity to run with 3 other candidates as well too, because I want to make sure that the people of Clinton County have a choice. And if you look at my credentials and look at my record and see what we've done here in New Vienna by balancing the books and stuff, I think everyone will agree that I'm the right candidate.
Anything else you'd like to tell the voters of Clinton County?
I just get out on March the 6th, and we appreciate your support, and just vote, and hopefully you'll support me on March the 6th, and I'll be your new county commissioner.
Thank you very much.